Hey, today's about Revelana automations and setting them up. I want to warn you ahead of time not to cry. This is a lot of work, but in order to make you feel happy and not crying, could you imagine if you had to figure out this whole structure? Like, how do we set up automations? What automations do we need? How do we make them work? How do we test them? We've done all that, and this is specific to a beauty business, aesthetics business, medical spa. Could be applied to a traditional medical office. um, Not only is that structure in place, but we've written detailed emails and texts in the correspondence for you. So don't cry. All you're doing is going through, and you have to do a couple of things to set it up for your system, and then it's done. Like, it's a lot of it. The majority of the painful stuff is done for you. So this is what you have to do today. If you paid for us to, in a full service capacity, like set up the system for you, we're going to do a majority of what I'm about to teach you, but it's good for you to know it. So here we go. So notice that we've got capture, nurture, free consult booked, generic appointment, get reviews, and admin, right? We also have a special order form submitted that's its own little thing, but these are folders with lots in it. And we're on this automations tab. So in the automations, let's say I'm going to go into this first one, right? You go into the first one, you'll see in capture are things like chatbot, the contact us form, a missed call, referral follow up. When someone sends you a referral, we have a form that starts a whole thing, right? And then requested ebook offer. Let's say you have an offer and you want people to opt in for it. That's another way of capturing clients. They signed up for a newsletter. It's another way of capturing a client. Sounds mean, but it's good. It leads to cash flow. So let's start with the chatbot. So we're going to go into the chatbot. And you, as a client, you need to look at this. So you need to make sure it says assign yourself as user and update this field too. So we're going to look at that. So right now we have someone assigned. It's Kalala, Falala, right? This is our template account. So don't worry about it. Everything's sort of nonsense. But you can, once you assign yourself as user, you can change what this says in this field. It'll change what it says here. That, you can say like Janie assigned as user here in this field, and that's what shows up here, right? So, and then you'll see when you go down, we could either have Revelana Guru or Kalala Falala. Those are our users set up in the Revelana system. So I assigned Kalala Falala. She's going to be getting the notifications, right? So when you look at how that works, just don't worry about this. Leave that undone. Leave that not activated, right? The unassigned contacts. And then go into internal notification of chat. You're going to see it defaults to assigned user, right? And then it's an SMS. It's an internal notification of chat. Whatever goes in this first field here is going to show up out here. Okay, so lots of times you don't even have to touch those. You just want to make sure it says assigned user and make sure you like what it says here. Chances are you're going to like everything and you can just blow through this real fast. So the next thing is add a tag. Don't worry about it. That's our thing. It's adding the tag chatbot because we want to tag that client as knowing where they came from originally. When you look in your CRM, you're going to go, oh, where did that Leslie come from? Oh, she originally found our website and reached out through a chatbot. So that's what a tag means, right? And then thanks for reaching out. As soon as that person reaches out to us in the chatbot, they're going to get a text back because in the chatbot, they're required to enter their cell phone number because that's how the chatbot works on the Revelana system. So it says, thanks for reaching out. It's going to say their first name. Let's say it's a woman named Jill. Thanks for reaching out, Jill. We definitely will get back to you as soon as possible. BRB, not immediately, but make your day amazing. We're not always on chat, but we get alerted. And then it's going to have your username, your user email, the user who is assigned to this, and the location website. So that's going to be your web address, right? So you want to keep text short and sweet. You could decide whether you want these emojis or not in there. but they're designed. You don't have to worry about it. If you make any changes at all to anything, you want to save the action. You click save down here, and you want to click save up there. And then once you get through chatbot, let's say, you want to go back to workflows, and then you're going to go into the next one, which is contact us. When you go into contact us, you want to click on assign yourself as user. Make sure someone's assigned. Click in here, pick you, pick whoever you want as the user. You can change what this says, like I assign Julie as user, right? And then press save. And then press save up top after you do that. So you press save action down here, press save action up there, then you move on. Then you'll see there's an email. So you have to go into the email. Thanks for reaching out. Now, make sure that these fields are empty. The from name and the from name, the from email, because whoever the assigned user is, that is who's going to get put into these fields automatically. But you want to make sure the subject line is in there. You want to make sure you like what it says in the body. And then, if you like everything, you just click on to the next if you didn't make any changes. It's the text. You're going to look at the text. Okay, I like it. It's fine. And then you just save action if you make changes. But otherwise, you can just leave, go back to the workflow, and go to the next one. So for the most part, you don't need to do anything to any of these original, one of these, like these particular workflows in the capture don't necessarily need anything from you except for you to assign the user as the first part of every single one of these. So you just want to make sure you do that in every single one of these. And then all the others are going to just get assigned. They're going to alert you. The internal notification is going to go to that user. These are going to go out to the client or the lead. So you don't have to worry about anything in here except for that first step. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So you go through each one step by step. When you're done with capture, you're going to go hit this back arrow, and that's just a sub journey capture. All of those were sub journeys inside of the major journey. So the next step in the major journey after you capture someone is to nurture them. So in the nurture, you're going to see this is like someone has just, you just got someone captured. Now you want them to come in for a free consult, right? So just click on this and open it. And you're going to see, again, the same thing. Make sure that someone or you are assigned as the user. Press save and save down below and up top. And then move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Okay. And then where you see, pay attention to what it says in here. For the most part, they're pretty generic. I would like you to take that time to review every single correspondence to make sure that they're appropriate for your specific practice. Sometimes they're not. So we had one correspondence that's about laser hair removal, and we have a client who doesn't do that at all. Oh, here it is. So this is the next one in the nurture sequence. Didn't book, add to nurture. Like we want someone to book. They went through a whole nurture program. They never booked. So this is a new nurture program, right? So assign yourself as user, press save, right? And then you go through this. That's fine because that means it's more generic, but I want you to read them all. But this says about laser hair removal. Change if you don't do it, right? So you go in there and you're not only going to change what this says in here because it's all about laser hair removal, but you're also going to change what this says up here, right? And you always want to make sure this is empty and that is empty, but you like what this says. Wherever you see all caps, you have to change that. You have to personalize that. There's only a few of those things in these nurtures that you have to change, thankfully. But you do, just trust me, you do want to have some things that are highly personalized or call out. Like we've got one client with this emerald laser body sculpting system. Like that's their differentiator. So they want to call out the emerald green laser, right? So just pick what you want to differentiate and get it in there. And then press save and save at top when you do that. And then just go through, read them all, And then you'll see, I'm going to go through, you're going to see a couple more in here that, so we just went through that didn't book, add to nurture. When you're done with those, the mini journey, I call it, then go back and then go to the next part of the main journey, which is free consult booked, right? So when you go into these, it's the same thing. I'm going to get repetitive, but you want to assign yourself to, as user, you want to change what it says here, press save, make sure that's done. And then you go through and look, all caps, add pre-treat deets, right? Just read it and you'll see what you need to do. You just read these and you see directions to your place. Maybe you just put your address in there and not a link. But you definitely want directions in there. So make sure that you update these correspondence with whatever you want in there, okay? So it makes it easy for people to find your specific location. If we're doing your setup for you, if you hired us in our services page, the full service setup, we're going to do a majority of this for you. We might have to reach out with some questions, but we're going to do this for you. We don't want you to cry. We want you to smile. So again, back to workflows. When you make your way through, this is one of those sub journeys in the workflow of free consult booked. And just make sure when you go in that there's nothing that's wrong with these, that you assign yourself as the user. You're looking at the emails and making sure these are empty, that you like what they say. Put your signature. You might even want to paste your signature, but if you don't, if you're assigned as the user, when you set yourself up as a user in the Revelana system, it's not a slug, it's a custom value. This custom value fills in your user signature. So it's all automatic. You don't have to do anything there if you don't want to. So that's that. So you just work your way through every single one of these, press save, and then hope for the best. And then one thing you want to make sure that you do at the end of all this is make sure when you get back to all of the automations that you've made it through them all the major journeys and the little sub journeys that are in each one of these folders. And just know this admin one, you really don't have to do anything in there at all. Don't worry, just don't touch it. You don't need to do anything with the admin. I hope you appreciate the video, and you'll see that these are life-saving. They're really just rock stars for you. They work while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're getting referrals. It's sending a lot of love and correspondence out to your clients. So you're going to absolutely love these workflows after you get that work done. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day.